What's up, guys? Man, this is a cool review of an old knife. But before we get to that, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications when we do. I need to order that. I'm sure Amazon has some.
Yeah, just like.
And before the review, I'm just excited about our new stickers Josh designed. These are pretty awesome. So when you do, some interaction with us, and we do our giveaways with Chum, we do giveaways with knives. You're going to get a really cool sticker like this. And Doom Crew, we actually held on to yours in particular, so you could get it. These are some special Betsy Ross. We had a very small limited run of these, so maybe on some special occasions we'll throw that out there. So anyway, on to the review. Pretty excited about this one. This one is special. Yeah. This one is a custom Godson. And this bad boy is a Greg Stevens design.
A lot of Gregs in the knife world.
It is. Hey, what can I say? And so black leather inlay. It's a Mike Erie, not sure how you say that, hand ground mirror polish. And in typical ProTech fashion, you recognize the box.
It's sweet. I'm super glad you picked this up.
Yeah. I was thinking about there are several iterations of this, and this is sort of the ultimate iteration. And I decided to go ahead and go deep on it and get the mirror polish because they're the mirror polish. And there it is.
Of course, you'll be able to get a really great view of it when we get up close and personal with it. And it's a handsome knife.
Yeah, and so let's do the review on this thing, and let's talk right off the bat about Ergos.
Well, I kind of want to handle it first.
No doubt. So since I have it in my hand, I guess I'll give it the first. So look, this is that coffin style, kind of old school, switchblade design. It really kind of gives that Italian sort of feel.
Ooh, it's got a little bit of a mother of pearl.
It does have mother of pearl on the button. I was going to get to that. Yep. The finishing on the hardware is nice. It's all machined, so it's really reflective. But this knife from an ergonomic standpoint is actually pretty good. It doesn't do any jimping because it's clean. Now, so that's the thing about a designer knife. A designer knife, you're going to have clean lines a lot of times. You're not going to have a lot of aggression into it because it's like a work of art. So, from an Ergos standpoint, it's good. It does have shoulders, no jimping.
It's a knife that you're not going to carry all the time.
Yeah, more than
certainly
likely
when
not.
you carry this knife, it's going to be a purpose. I always like to say these are my blade show type knives.
Yeah.
These are the type of knives that you carry to show off. Yeah. If you dress up, you carry this knife.
Yeah, this is it's kind of a wickish sort of a knife.
It is.
With the mirror polish, and that is a really nice mirror polish too.
They did a good job.
Most companies that do mirror polish, a real mirror polish, it has to be done by hand in order to get it right. So Ergos, I would give this probably a 7. I do like the shoulders, and I feel like it fits the hand good, and it's not skinny. I don't like skinny knives. The mitts don't like the skinny knives, so this is definitely not skinny.
Difference between skinny and thin.
Yeah, because of the height of that, and that leather inlay is pretty neat.
You're right. See, looking at this, I would think it doesn't look very ergonomic, but when you hold it, that pocket clip falls really comfortably in my hand. It's in a place where it's not going to create a hot spot. Those shoulders are really nice, especially if you want to ride that thumb up a little bit. And that little bit of leather inlay really kind of adds a little bit to it.
Yeah, it does.
It's a little bit of
confidence.
confidence.
Gives a kind of a grippy or, a sort of a squishy, leathery kind of a feel. It's not super duper slick.
Yeah, it's super comfortable. Only thing I'd be concerned with is, any kind of piercing and stuff. Obviously you don't want your hand to ride up, but I think 7's a good number. Yeah. I'm probably gonna go. Man, I really don't. I always hate having the same number, but I mean 7's good. I was gonna say go 6, but I can't give it a 6.
It's too good for that.
It's good. It's got those shoulders. I think if they didn't have those shoulders there, I think you're dead on with that.
Yeah, if it was a broomstick like some knives are that are in the automatic world. If it was just slick, they'd have to do jimping, which would take away from the look of it.
Yeah, it would. So 7's a good number. 7 for me as well.
Yeah.
So that takes us into tactical.
So tactical. Yeah, this is a tactical knife. There's no doubt about it. The blade isn't super duper long, but it doesn't matter. This is designed for tactical purpose. It's probably going to be an 8 out of 10 for me on tactical, it being a side opening automatic. Yeah, I mean, it's pokey. It's got good length to it. It opens fast.
Did you
and
say
hard.
8 out of 10? That was the number I was thinking.
Well, there you go. That's what's interesting about a knife executed this well.
Yeah.
A knife executed this well is really going to give us some similar scores. I mean, and it is sort of an art form, singular purpose, tactical style knife, right? I mean, that's what the switchblades were for.
Yeah, so definitely 8 out of 10.
Those old school bayonet Italian switchblades. I mean, it's a movie knife.
8 because it is a side opening automatic, like Greg said. But some of the pros that really help with this is obviously just how, I mean, dude, that's like dead on. That bayonet tip, that fluted design there. I mean, this isn't sharpened. This is a false edge here, but even still, that fluted edge there. I don't know if fluted's the right word, but man, that's just going to go right in.
Yes, that is a very, very gentlemanly. It's that good guy assassin knife, I guess you'd say.
It is, yeah. That mother of pearl really adds a lot in
Isn't
there.
that nice?
I know that has nothing to do with tactical, but
it's an amazing touch. But this is the top of the line Godson, because the Godson you can get for around a couple of $100.
Yeah,
you've got the Godfather, which is even bigger.
This just came out.
Yeah, and so it's kind of a new version of an old favorite. And I've looked at the Godson and the Godfather for so long, and really what's held me back is I couldn't decide which one I wanted. But once they had a designer modify this and kind of take it to the next level, it made it a no-brainer. The Godson was the way to go. It's also a bit more EDC-able because of its size.
Now, before we get into EDC, this does come in another finish, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so with like a tan leather inlay.
And a silver.
Yeah. Which, I mean, both of them are excellent.
Yeah, I chose the tuxedo version for sure.
If you can get your hands on one, definitely get your hands on one. And this lanyard actually comes on the knife. This isn't aftermarket. So
yeah, no matter which level of Godson you go with, the blacked out or some of the colorful stuff, it's an amazing thing.
And of course, it has that legendary ProTech action.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. It's Allen for the body and Torx for the clip. So I don't anticipate taking it apart.
No,
but yeah, side opening automatics I don't ever recommend taking apart. If there's a real problem, send it back to the factory. They are a real hassle. They actually have jigs where they hold springs and put torque in places that it's almost impossible to do at home. A lot of frustration, potential breakage, and definitely some cut on you action. Pieces. It's a real hassle with side opening. It's not an at-home favorite. Boy, it is snappy, isn't it?
It is snappy, but that's every ProTech.
That's true. Every one I've ever handled has been
snappy. ProTech is just legendary with their automatics. So
EDC. Yeah, EDC. I mean, so it's a perfect EDC size blade.
It is.
Perfect EDC size handle. Can you grab the...
Yeah,
grab the scale. Let's see how much it actually weighs. But
I feel like the scale needs its own theme music.
Yeah, really. You're just adding more work for yourself. It'd be worth it. All right.
We need googly eyes for the scale. Have you seen that where people put googly eyes on random things?
Yes. All right, what's the number?
It is right at 3 ounces.
3 ounces. That's the EDC limit. Perfect. Well, ideal EDC limit.
Right.
Very lightweight, perfect EDC length. Now, it is not an EDC blade.
No.
100% not. When we do the B-roll, I'll get in on that fine point if the reflective blades will be a challenge on B-roll.
It is, yeah.
That is not EDC-able. You're going to snap that off. This is more of a singular purpose. Now, I would eat with this. Like, I would use this to, especially if you kind of want to show off at a nicer, event or something like that. This would be a cool knife for that.
It's a good conversation piece.
Definitely good conversation piece.
And if you wanted to really entice somebody to get into that knife world, people that are right on the edge, this is a good knife for that, to bring that discussion up.
Yeah, and I'd probably, for me, a 6 out of 10 on EDC because the blade is a tactical blade. That is, I'd be afraid to use it anything much more than opening boxes or, this is a show-off knife. It's a showpiece.
It's a show pony for sure. Yeah. A usable show pony.
It's functional for sure.
Definitely not an EDC blade. Obviously, we don't prefer automatics as EDC blades. We've talked about that before. It can be done. Obviously, I do it. Greg does it. A lot of people do it. It's just kind of intimidating when you pull it out. Again, that is a tactical blade, but the size and the weight. So really, it's split right down the middle for me. It's 5 out of 10.
But if you break it, yeah, that's a good score. You know, if you break it, you can just buy another blade.
I love that they put a lanyard on it.
Yeah, it comes from the factory with a lanyard.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. Can you figure that out? I didn't do any research on the idea behind that.
I don't know what the purpose of it is.
It has a slider like a wrist lanyard, but that wouldn't fit anything, even a child.
I think based on the designer, especially when you look at the other variation of this, it's got a very Western feel, like upscale cowboy. Not to make it sound cheesy.
Oh, take her easy there, Pilgrim.
But like upscale Montana kind of vibe.
Well, I'll take that off and I'll be replacing it with something worthy of a $450 knife. Yeah. So this is the cool part, right?
Mm-hmm.
How cool is this knife, man? With the inlay, the mirror polish. We're suckers. It's a 10 out of 10. I'm such a sucker. I can't give anything. If I like a knife, it's a 10.
Right. Well,
I mean, it is a cool, stinking knife.
It is cool. And that mirror polish blade really adds a certain elevation to it, along with the mother of pearl handle and the leather inlay. Has to be 10 out of 10.
Yeah. It's a cool freaking knife.
It is a really cool knife. And honestly, you're getting custom level quality at, what's it, $450?
Yeah.
Which is honestly, like, that's a steal for this level of quality.
Yeah.
Because you see knives like this all day in the custom world that cost 3 times as much.
Yeah, it's nice to get a ProTech's been doing that recently. I think you can get the striders and the mirror polish. That's a long process that can't be done wrong. It can only be done right, because if you mess that process up, you're pretty much done.
But it's not just the mirrored blade though. It's also the mother of pearl inlay, the leather, the fact that it comes with the lanyard. It's a lot of custom level stuff.
Yep.
For $450, which to some people they'd be like, "Wow, $450 for a knife? That's a lot of money." Not considering the features you're getting with this knife, and on top of that, you get the legendary ProTech action. You get just that epic blade shape. This is what 154 cm, I believe. Yep. All ProTechs usually are.
Yep. Which is interesting to me. You think they'd go ahead and do CPM with a mirror polish, because CPM takes a mirror polish easier. So it would have probably actually cost less money to do CPM 154. But that's
we don't know the details there. They could have had a plethora, and with the steel the way it is
shortage,
right now,
who knows? There's probably a lot involved. It doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't.
The performance is going to be perfect for what I'm going to use it for, which is cool factor.
Right. It's really just a conversation piece.
Yes.
So
and
10
I enjoy
out of 10
it for that.
for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So overall, that leaves us where? Let's see.
7 for me.
Yeah, I think 7 out of 10 is good. So overall, 7 out of 10, excellent knife. Yeah. Show pony for sure. Not a lot of everyday carry functionality, but if you wanted to, you could carry it.
Yeah, you certainly could. You're not going to damage it that bad. When it comes to sharpening, so with this, the way it's designed, the edge is part of the tip, whereas here, the tip actually has thickness to it. Mm-hmm. And so right here, the tip has no thickness to it
that's because
whatsoever.
It's a blade with one purpose.
It's one purpose, right? So it'd be kind of hurtful to dull that. What I would do is I would use it for light duty stuff, and then I would take maybe like leather or a ceramic rod just to keep it in shape every day. Mm. This is a knife that requires some care, or it's your sort of tactical knife.
This is not your beater knife.
It's not your beater knife, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a solid blade for sure.
Yeah, and it comes in cool little ProTech pouch and all that stuff. So there you go.
And of course, you can't beat just the level of presentation from ProTech. I've always liked that about ProTech.
Me too.
It comes in that cool box with the magnet, folds open, got the little sleeve.
That's really cool.
And this knife is definitely a knife that deserves that kind of presentation.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, please comment below. And
Yeah, let us know.
tell us how bad it is, and how much you don't like my shirt or whatever, like the usual comments we get. But yeah, thank you guys for your interaction. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think.
Yeah, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, stay sharp.